All different people. And I've also found that it's okay to show dead people if they're far away or if it's old in black and white. Like old World War II stuff, it's fine. You could show Japanese people just burnt to a crisp from a flamethrower. Right. And you can show dead people now as long as they're a certain a few miles away. Yeah. You can't show them here. Like they won't show American dead people in a car wreck or shooting.
When the newscast tells me you may the footage we're going to show may be too graphic for you.
Yeah.
And I think not for me. What else do you have in there? You must have some more.
Show me the raw feed.
I start licking my chops. All right.
I know you're lying. Where's the raw feed?
I don't like that's an edit. And I something else I don't like when these local newscasters say. There's a woman in Los Angeles, and she said after any accident, or most accidents, the ones that follow the description I'm going to say right now, she'll say, well, thank goodness no one was hurt. And I don't agree with that. I don't like, that's an editorial remark. Save that for the editorial page. Maybe it's good some people got hurt. Maybe there are people who deserve to be hurt. Maybe we should have more people hurt. Well, who is she to decide this for me?
Yeah.
Tell me what happened, lady. That's what I want to know. That's why I tuned in here.
I'll say thank goodness they weren't hurt, or good for him.
Right.
I hope he's dead.
Yeah, they might be horrific people.
Yeah.
I like getting Carlin reports. Like once in a while, you'll see like a comic that will go to see you as you're working through the special. It's always funny to hear like the things that cause certain people to walk out of the room. And occasionally, over the years, I've gotten them from people like, yeah, he was doing this thing on abortion, and some woman screamed, F you, George, and walked out. It's funny to know, like, even you, as who you are, you're still getting this crap on the road occasionally.
It's funny that people will buy a ticket who only saw you on the Johnny Carson show in the 1980s or 60s or 70s or something. Yeah, there are people who, that's why I really don't like Las Vegas audiences. I go there for sound reasons, for my own travel, to list my markets, kind of breathe a little, I go out 80, 90 dates a year. That's a lot. Every 2 years I go out to a place, and so I like to let them breathe, and I go to Vegas to earn some money. And I've always told those audiences, and there's three kinds of people here tonight. I come out and I'd say this in the beginning. We have three kinds of people. We have hardcore fans, the kind of people, and some of them cheer when you do that. Hardcore fans, the kind of people that'll drive from Buffalo to Cleveland to see your show. They're fine. I said, then you have casual fans, people who've seen you a few times, and they saw you in college in the 70s, and they've heard a couple of your albums, and they're okay with you, but they don't really know what it is you do. I said, and then there are the schmucks. There are the schmucks and the a-holes. I say, these are the people who, one of them is from Thailand. I'm sorry, Thai people. One of them is from Thailand. The other guy has on short pants and socks and is scratching his nuts, and he has a coupon. And these people, if these people are sitting near you, don't be influenced by their reactions, please. I used to give them a great little, about 5-minute pep talk, because you couldn't trust those audiences. They go either way on you.
Aren't they dumb? There's nothing more aggravating on stage. Bombing is acceptable, but when you know you're bombing on content because they object to the content, there's nothing.
That drives Jimmy nuts.
I would rather just get stared at. I respect them staring, but I hate when they try to throw their. It's like an acting job for the rest of the audience.
No, and I don't know why they go out. To
aggravate you.
You should be open if you go into a theater of any kind. You should be open. You should be there for wonderment and new experience.
Yeah, and surprises.
Yeah. That's right.
Things like that. I have to leave. I can't even be in the same room as it.
That's right.
It's like you're physically beating them. Yeah. They can't take the audio that is going into their ears.
Right.
It freaks them out too much. Yep. What kind of friggin' closed-minded ass leaves a room because they're hearing something that they don't really like?
Let's go to the phones. A lot of people really want to talk to George. Chrissy in Jersey, what's up? We got George Carlin in studio.
Chrissy. Hi, I just wanted to say that I love the F word. The skit that he does about the F word.
Thank you.
I am obsessed with it. It's probably the funniest thing that I've ever seen in my life. And every time, I have a couple of friends over, I show the skit to them. And it's probably by far the funniest thing that I've ever seen in my life. I love it.
You sound like a nice group. Thank you very, very much, Chrissy.
What's that about there, George? Just for the people.
I think she's talking about the F.
Please.
Sorry, Chrissy.
The F word, she said.
Yeah, you just do a whole thing on it?
Yeah,
yes,
different
yeah.
You know, it's always funny.
Variations in usage.
You attack the baby boomers. I don't think anything makes me happier than when you really slug the baby boomers.
Yeah.
It's just such an accurate, awful. And having them in the audience.
They're such pigs. And it's not just a demographic thing. It's a certain type of boomer. I mean, some guy in rural Minnesota who's of that age group obviously doesn't fit the description. But the stereotypical baby boomer who was, all in favor of free love and peace and screw authority, who became a banker, and now is kicking people out of homes and shit.
You know what I like? I like that commercial, the retirement commercial now with, who the hell is in it?
The guy was in Easy Rider.
Yeah.
Oh, Fonda. Dennis Hopper?
No, Dennis Hopper.
Oh, Hopper.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Dennis Hopper is trying to be like, cool, man, and he's talking about your retirement plan, man, and how you got to go.
The key word is dreams.
Yeah.
They think if they say that gets them in the door all the way.
Right. Your dreams didn't die,
dreams
man.
Don't retire.
Yeah, your dreams don't retire, man. Come on, man. And you're like, wait a minute, This is the guy that was smoking pot and a wild man.
You should have that then pan to an old lady being beaten by a black orderly.
Very nice.
By the way, during the break, you were talking to George about, just going about your life and seeing stuff and going, wow, this is why the rest of the world hates us.
Yeah. And I'm one that, I just kind of skip through life with my shoelaces untied. I know. I kind of have a good time. I like having fun.
You enjoy sucking up all our energy. And
I drive a
big cars,
disgusting gas guzzler. I have a sports car that even uses more gas. I don't care. Good. I really don't care. I'm on a roller coaster ride, and I could give a crap if the sun exploded tomorrow. I'd actually feel better about it because I'd get to watch.
Absolutely true.
That's how I feel. That's how I feel about the whole thing.
Right.
But I do understand watching television shows and seeing things that happen around. At least I know what I'm doing. I see why we're hated by the rest of the world. Mm-hmm. It's some of this reality programming, things like you bring up anorexia, the news. You just watch certain things and go, we have no clue how France and Spain, other countries are looking at us and just going, oh,
malignant narcissism.
Americans.
What's that?
Malignant narcissism. That's what we were guilty of. We're narcissists. Mm-hmm. We see our own reflection, and we were entranced by it.
Well, we were the big kahuna on the block for quite a while, and we were pretty much the world's saviors, keeping everyone safe from the dreaded commies. For so long,
you could get into the details of a lot of that.
Well, I'm talking about perception here. Okay. It's as far as especially Americans go. We were raised thinking, "Oh my God, these awful communists are here. They're taking over the world, and we're the good guys." So when that whole thing came down, we ended up with no one to really have as an enemy.
Right.
And I think we really started turning on ourselves.
Then we found the Muslim religion to turn on.
Yeah.
They're going to win, by the way. I say that in some of my shows.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Muslims are going to win because they're going to reproduce us. They're already doing that. They will definitely have more babies than we do, and they don't care. You see, they have nothing to lose. I learned very early, growing up in West Harlem, you don't necessarily, if you have to, you have to, but if you don't necessarily get into a fight with some guy who doesn't give an F, a person who has nothing to lose will always beat someone who has things at home that he wants to protect. Always, 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 always. They don't care. They don't care, and there's more of them, and they're going to be more and more and more. Europe is already becoming Muslimized. That stuff is over. White race is on its way out. We don't even reproduce a replacement rate.
No, we kind of
barely replace ourselves.
Because we actually think about it sometimes and go, can I afford this? Is this, my career is a little more important than this. And
how many kids can I afford? College costs are so high. I guess we can do 2. I really wanted 5 or 7.
Going away.
Yeah, I agree with you because Yeah, because it's a long game. We look at it as like this generation. Yeah, right. They're in for the long haul, man.
That's right. And
they're in for the long haul.
Time is on their side, and we're so anxious to look at the next quarterly dividend. The next quarterly dividend.
They could wait 1,000 years.
Coming, folks, and some of you are going to be alive to feel the blade. Feel the blade. It's going to be wonderful.
They certainly could wait a few hundred years.
Yeah.
Because especially in America, everything is ADD. Everything is instant gratification.
Oh, yeah.
They don't think on that level. They're like, we'll take our time here.
What do we got? You got some sand? You got a little fire going? Okay, man. We're cool.
Good for another 100 years.
Yeah.
We'll wait this one out as they're concerned about getting their latest phone that cooks pancakes, like you said.
That's right. Yeah, and rubs your nuts.
Man, I thought the exact same thing. I'm like, these guys are going to win because they're not about this generation and about getting it done right now.
Right.
This is a long-term thing.
Doomed. We're just doomed.
Do you ever regret going after anything or no? Like, is there anything you went after that you're like, I shouldn't have?
No, I don't remember ever feeling like that. No. Sometimes I wish I had done some things extra. You know, I wish I had thought even harder about something because I hear people like that so much. Why didn't I put more work into that? You know, that kind of feeling. But nothing on the other direction. No.
Good.
And well, you're acting. Kevin Smith has put you in a few movies.
Yeah.
Very entertaining.
It's fun. Kevin's a good dude, and it's a lot of fun. But it's a waste of time because you sit around all day for someone else to tell you what to do about something another guy wrote.
Right.
A different guy wrote it, one guy wrote it, one guy directed it, and all you do is you just show up and repeat. And I'd rather be sitting there writing stuff and going out and saying, hey, listen to this, you know, where do you hear this?
Yeah.
Look what I did.
Yeah, you don't seem like the kind of guy that wants to just sit around in a trailer.
If I'd started at 19 and had real tough, good acting coaches in New York, good teachers, good course, you know, really learned technique and all that, acting would have been a great life. Mm-hmm. But that didn't happen, and you can't just say, oh, I'll do that too. In my case, you can't.
Yeah.
Some guys do it. Some guys pull it off very well.
George Carlin's show lasted, I think, one season. Was that? I'm sure it had some. Was the writing difficult because of what they were telling you above? Was it hard to go where you wanted to go?
I knew it probably wouldn't have much of a chance, but I think I was 55 then, and I said to myself, you know, I've had a lot of offers from different directions about sitcoms over the years, and maybe I ought to at least give this one shot so I don't say someday, gee, I should have tried that. I mean, I hadn't really turned into as good a writer as that was 15 years ago. And I'm a better. I didn't know I was a good writer then. I mean, I've had 3 books since that thing failed. I'm so glad that show went away. When that guy called me from Fox, I said, "Thank you, thank you so much for doing this," because I was afraid this would drag on for another year and then come to an end. You know, I had a showrunner, creative partner, Sam Simon, who was a brilliant comic talent, but famously disliked by his colleagues in the business, and he admits that. And it was very difficult for me, and I think the cards were stacked against me. I wasn't part of the club. You got to be part of that club. That's a Hollywood club, and you have to work your way into it in certain ways. And coming in from the outside like that, it didn't work. And they didn't back my show. Fox didn't really back it. So that's fine. But I wanted to give it a shot. I didn't want to walk away saying I'd never tried that.
Yeah.
Well, that music means that we are ending this side of the show.
Certainly.
Damn it.
I'm going to definitely plug George. We're so happy you came in, man.
By the way, for the trick-or-treaters, we're health-free. Sally and I are health conscious. The kids come to the door, they get a B12 shot.
That's nice.
That's what I wanted them to know.
Just syringes set up.
Talk about the signing. Yeah. Talk about the signing.
I have to, man.
Okay.
All my stuff, the great George Carlin, 14-disc DVD. It's all of his 12 HBO specials, plus a 2003 and 2007 XM Unmasked special, 2 different interviews. And he's signing copies of the box set today, 51st and 6th Avenue from noon to 2 at FYE. That's 51st and 6th Avenue. And tomorrow from noon to 2 at Borders in Manhattan. That's Wall Street, 100 Broadway.
And all this info is on GeorgeCarlin.com.
Yeah.
George, it's always a pleasure when you stop by.
Man.
It's been too long.
Absolutely.
I don't even know if you remember. You stopped by like 5-6 years ago.
Yeah.
And we talk about it from time to time. We just love when you stop by.
It was a great hour. Thanks a lot.
All right. George Carlin, everybody. If you're not joining us over at XM Satellite Radio, have a great day.
All right. Nice.
Fantastic.